love you so much that you gotta get up. Oh, or at least sit on my lap. Ah, I don't know, I get so awkward. Why is it so... Is this dark? I can't really tell. Okay, hello you guys, what is up? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So for those of you that are new, every year I kind of do like a little like go over my goals for the year and then also recap my previous goals. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing. If you guys are curious and watching that, I do have like a little playlist and you can go back and watch my other ones. But going into 2024, I don't know, low-key 2024, like it feels right saying that, like 2024, like I don't know. And whenever I was writing and the thing, it just looked satisfying to me. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's just how I'm feeling here. A couple things to note. I have been really like brewing on these per se. I am someone that takes like my New Year goals very, very seriously, like incredibly seriously. So I've thought them through very, very thoroughly. I've written them down like for the past couple weeks. I'd like write some and then I'd think about them a lot, critique them, like adjust them, etc., etc. And I've been reflecting a lot on my previous goals from last year. I did go ahead and make a mood board. I have this as my screensaver on my phone here. You can't really see it that well. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it up here, my little vision board that I had made. I have that on my phone screensaver. I have it on my iPad and I also have it on my laptop. So all those areas, as soon as I open it, like it is right there, like it's staying fresh in my mind. But before we dive into the goals for 2024, let's reverse back to 2023. Here's my little notes. Like I said, guys, like I take this seriously. So if you see me looking down, that's because I'm looking at my previous goals that I had written on here. So in the actual video, I had named a total of 5 goals and then I also had an intention. However, I did actually update my goals after updating that, like uploading that video. And my like final goals that I had set for 2023 were 30K YouTube subscribers, 100K TikTok followers, make 60K yearly income, max out my Roth IRA, kitchen remodel, read 50 books, and then also go on a cruise. So I had a total of 7 goals then, and then still the word of the year was intention. So let's start with goal number 1, hitting 30K YouTube subscribers. I definitely did not accomplish that. Partway through with that, I was like really confident that like with hard work I could hit that. However, within 2023, there was a point that I kind of just like dropped off YouTube and I did not post for a couple months. It's just in this second half of the year, like honestly, actually like the last quarter of 2023 is when I really started to kind of like get serious and get back in the game with it. I went through a little spur of just like feeling very, I don't know, trapped per se with social media, and it felt really, really unauthentic, and that's the last thing that I ever want this to be. So I took a step back. It was very much so needed. However, I am back. I've returned. I'm posting consistent again. So there's that. Did not hit it, but I'm still really, really proud. Our channel is a little over 2,000 subscribers right now, so thank you. All of the new faces, thank you so much. Second goal that I had then kind of like, I'd say add this on a whim, is hitting 100K followers on TikTok. Right now I have like 1,300 followers on TikTok. I wasn't really aligned with that goal. Like that wasn't something that like really, I don't know, like I wasn't aligned with it, and I think that's part of the reason why it didn't happen. Kind of similar to YouTube, I did not post on TikTok like I should have if my true goal was to like hit that. So it was a goal I set, but honestly I was not serious about it. Goal number 3 was the 60K yearly income. That kind of goes hand in hand with the YouTube. Like my goal was to hit 30K and like monetize my channel. Because that did not happen, I definitely am not making 60K a year. My income did go up a little bit compared to last year just because I had gotten a raise. I am now salary versus hourly, which is really, really nice. So I'm super transparent with you guys. I make about, the baseline is a little bit like 2,700 and something is what I make salary every month. And that's before like any bonus. I'd say a good couple months it's hidden right about like $3,000 is my monthly income with like bonuses and stuff. Definitely did not hit my goal. However, I am still proud of that. Like I feel like that is pretty good money given my age range, and kind of I'm doing well. I'm doing like well, and I'd say like decent. I'm comfortable for my lifestyle, so I'm happy with that. But I still would definitely like to bump up that income. Money's not everything, but it makes the things I want to do a lot easier when I have it. Thing number 4, max out my Roth IRA. This is something checkmate. I can mark that off, which I'm really proud of, especially being so young. Those of you that don't know, I'm 21 years old, so like making sure I'm investing and starting this stuff like really early, that's always been a big priority for me. I've been slowly adding into my Roth IRA since I turned 18. However, this is the first year that I have actually maxed it out because I've had a steady, consistent big girl job. Super proud of that. I am able to contribute $6,500 every year, and that is what I've done. Number 5 is going to be doing a kitchen remodel. I told you guys in the last video that is something that was like big on our goals, and also it costs a good chunk of money, but we did complete it. We completely did it like DIY style per se. Go away! Cabinet, top shelf. Will you let her out? She seems like she was wanting to get out. She's by the door.
She's gonna want to come right here.
You're right, she will. Okay, the kitchen renovation though. We did completely finish that. It was definitely a hefty chunk of money getting all the supplies, and that's even with us doing everything like DIY style, but I love it. It looks beautiful, and I'm so happy that was an investment in our home. Thing number 6 then was to read 50 books. I was looking like really confident that I could hit this. I did not hit it. There is a lot of books that I, what you would call it, DNF, did not finish. Like, I'm weird. I will start a book. I maybe will read like 65% of it, and then I'll just be like, meh, I'm over it. Like, even if I really like it, if I just follow the groove of reading that particular one, I will just not pick it back up. I'm really bad about that. So there was many of those, probably at least like 10 of those that I just stopped reading them partway through and didn't pick up. But I do keep track of the titles of all the ones that have actually finished. So in 2023, I completely finished a total of 38 books. I always keep these like in my notes here. It's a mixture of fiction and nonfiction, but these are the ones you can see previous years too. I do keep track all of on here. And something else to note, I feel like I read larger books, like thicker books versus 2022. I feel like I read a lot of books, is why I think I read like 30 that year, but I felt like they were thinner. This year I definitely was reading chunkier books, and I really enjoyed them. I didn't take that goal too crazy seriously, because whenever I put pressure on myself with that, I then stop enjoying it, and I do reading as a hobby. I don't want to like make it something on a to-do list, you know what I mean? We did not accomplish that. However, 38 books, I'm still very proud of that and very impressed with myself. Thing number 7 was to actually take a cruise. Sadly, we did not do that. It ended up being something we were planning on doing. However, we actually then planned a family vacation coming up at the beginning of mid 2024 to go on a family vacation with Scott's side of the family. And if we went on the cruise, we couldn't do that just because the way that Scott's vacation days fall through his employer. So we didn't do that, but we are still going to be going on another trip. It was just kind of a matter of weighing which one we were gonna do. We opted to go with our family. That is my 7 goals. Throughout all of those, I actually only hit 2 of the 7 goals, but I felt like I was really ambitious with them, and like I said, a couple of them just weren't quite fully aligned with me, and it wasn't something, I don't know, I feel like I just didn't realistically set those. Now when we are going into 2024, let's go over my new goals. I do want to explain them and talk about them, because I feel like a lot of my priorities are the same. However, also some of them are definitely different than what they have been in the past. And I want to make sure that all of these goals are completely aligned with me. That way I can truly manifest these to the best of my ability. Not to mention, guys, look at my planner. I started filling things out and prepping for the new year. How freaking cute. This is by The Daily. Very cute. Sophia Lee, I believe, is the creator of this. I love it. There's a couple of things that I don't love about it, but for the most part, she's beautiful. I have my goals written out here in my little note section. I keep it in my planner, that way I can often refer back to this page. So this year I actually have 4 goals, so definitely less than last year. However, these ones I fully feel aligned with, and I just would rather be more concise about my goals, that way I can really go for them, if that makes sense. Number 1, same thing as last year, I want to max out my Roth IRA. That's honestly probably going to be on my goals every single year, just really pushes me to do it. So maxing out my Roth IRA, which is $6,500. Thing number 2 is going to be monetizing my YouTube channel. So
if you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe to this video.
I before was setting numbers, and I think that was part of the issue of like where I was going wrong. There's nothing 30K, like I'm not associated and attached to that number literally in any way. However, something that I do aspire, like when I put that number, my actual goal was to make money off of YouTube and be able to monetize this. Eventually I'd love to do this full time. However, I need to definitely be able to make money in order to do that. Quizzy! That is a really, really big goal of mine and it's going to be a huge focus. Number 3 is going to get my savings to $10,000. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge to build up my emergency savings. I do have some money in there already. However, I'm still gonna have to save like probably about like $6,000 to $7,000 in this year, which that's fine. It's something like I'm pretty good, I'd say, about like putting my money aside for that. But part of the reason I want to get that, I do keep it in a high yield savings account, so it is earning interest at least and kind of like making me money just sitting in there. But come 2025, yes, Scott and I are already planning for 2025, but we do plan to be moving, so I just need to make sure to start like actually saving up throughout this period for another down payment on another house and that type of thing, so I don't get like super stressed come 2025. Goal number 4 is basically to travel, but within that goal, I also have like a couple other specific things. So I want to take a total of 4 trips within the year of 2024. I already actually have the first 2 planned out, so they're like for sure happening. But the other 2, it's kind of still like up in the air, and that gives me a little bit of like flexibility to plan around and still do that. Trip number 1 that I'm going to be doing, I am actually going to be going to Thailand. I booked it's like a solo trip. I'm going alone. I don't know any of the other people, but I'm going to be meeting like 12 other girls there, and I'm going to be staying with them in Thailand. So everyone that I've talked to thinks I'm a little bit crazy for that, but I'm super excited. I know it'll help me grow a lot as a person. So trip number 1, I'm going to be in Thailand, and that's going to be in April. And then in May, I will be going to Florida. That's that family trip that I was mentioning. So I'll be in Florida also for a week. And then, yeah, I just have 2 other trips that I want to plan. Then I kind of have some stuff up in the air right now. I've been talking with like a couple of my best friends, and I think this summer we might rent like a lake house or something for a weekend, so we can kind of like get away, have like a fun girls weekend, something like that. And then also Scott and I have really been wanting to take a trip to Colorado to go snowboarding, so that might be the 4th trip. Not 100% set in stone, but that's kind of like tentatively what I'm thinking for the other trips. That is my actual only like goals that I had set for this year, but there's of course other things that I'm going to be doing, kind of like being more intentional going into the new year, that I don't necessarily want to put as like a physical goal on here, but it's definitely something that I'm like keeping in mind kind of going throughout life. One thing about me, if I'm setting my goals, like I want them to be very specific, and like that way it's like a straight yes or no, like you hit it or you didn't type of thing. And these other things, it's not really like a yes or no, it's kind of just like, oh, okay. With that, I am really leaning into more of like, I'd say the holistic side of things is the best way to describe it. I've always been very into like health and fitness. However, now it's like a whole different layer. Like it's not like macro tracking, things like that. Like I'm very much so focusing on ingredients and like quality of things. I'm sure you guys can tell in here my skin is freaking out. I have had a lot of issues lately with my gut, so going on kind of like a gut health journey, things like that are also a big priority of mine. Kind of making our house more like non-toxic, switching out like any chemical things, like the soaps that we're using, the cleaners, our pots, pans, water, like all kinds of things like that. Definitely going more the holistic route of things. Also, just a matter of actually prioritizing being outside and in nature and moving my body. If you can tell on here, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. You'll notice there's a lot of things like outdoors, nature, stuff like that. Like I want to prioritize hiking more. I really want to go horseback riding. I feel like those are kind of my main things going into the new year. So I feel like I've really been chatting a lot with this. If this gave you guys inspiration, that makes me very happy. That's kind of what I do. I make these videos because I want to give you guys inspiration, fill you in kind of what's my plan for the year, what was happening last year, and then also I love to just simply look back on these myself. So thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I will talk to you in the next one.